Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. I am Rue and another month has ended and we're on the start of a new month. I can't believe February's already over and we're dipping into March. Every year just seems to fly by faster and faster. But with that said, we get to go over all of the products I emptied out this month, as well as everything new that came into my collection, and then we can do a little bit of comparing and contrasting as to, I guess, how I did, so to speak. So we're gonna start. This one, it's just a wrapper because I didn't want to forget to mention it. There was no sticker on it, but this was from formerly Alt Cosmetics. They are now on Instagram under Velvet Riot, but unfortunately I did check and their website is not active and they haven't posted since sometime in 2025. So I don't know if they're just on to different endeavors at this point. I'm really not sure, but the people who run Alt Cosmetics now are not the OG owner, so just bear that in mind if they even are still available. I don't know if Alt Cosmetics even still exists at this point, but the OG owner is sort of running Velvet Riot, but it doesn't seem to be super active, so she might just be on different endeavors now. But either way, I used up one of the bath bombs that I have. I have quite a few still in my collection that I'm trying to slowly get used up. The next thing is going to be a bubble bath in Sparkling Pear. I believe this is from Bath & Body Works. I don't personally shop at Bath & Body Works, but I do occasionally get gifted things. This was something I got gifted quite a few years ago and it took me forever to use it up, but it is officially used up and now out of my collection. I also used up one of my Herbal Essence curling boosting mousse. This, I feel like you don't get a lot of product in it, as well as it's not the best mousse in my opinion, but it does go on sale for pretty cheap, to be honest, so sometimes in a pinch I'll grab it, but it just gets used up so fast, and that's my biggest issue with this product. And it's also just not the best mousse out there. So, but I did use up another one of these. Next up, we have just one of my little hand creams. I keep these in my purse pretty much all the time. It's always a different brand. This one was Hard Candy. They had like a pack of quite a few, and I bought it to gift to multiple people. I just put little care packages together back during Christmas time, and I kept one for myself and I enjoyed it. I didn't really have any complaints about this product and I really liked how it smelled. But yeah, this one is emptied out. I also emptied, this is from the Body Shop, which I do shop from fairly frequently. I do enjoy quite a few of their products, especially these. It's obviously empty, but these are the body butters. This one is in Shea, which isn't my absolute favorite scent, but they came in the advent calendars and I got really good bang for my buck in those advent calendars. So, and I don't dislike the scent, it's just not my favorite, but I did get this one used up. Lots and lots of lotion during these cold winter months, so there's no surprise that there's multiple moisturizers in my empties. Next up is a sugar body scrub, also from the Body Shop, just like a little, I guess you could say these are travel size maybe. I loved the scent of this. Oh, it still smells like it. This was so good. I honestly will probably take the stickers off of these and just use the containers for storing little things. I love having little storage containers and these are such nice quality, and I can just peel off all the stickers and reuse it, which I like to do. But yeah, so I used up this little body scrub. The last items are all makeup. So this is my Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator, and I really liked this formula, but it was quite a lot too dark for me. So this one I think I do want to repurchase just in a different shade to try it again. Hopefully I won't need to mix it every time I use it if I get the correct shade, because I did have to mix this one, but that was my bad, not the product. I did really like this formula though, and it was super affordable, so I definitely plan to repurchase this at some point and try it again. I also used up my e.l.f. brow pencil. This is the Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. This one was in Brunette. It was way too light for me, but I got it used up and out of my collection. Thank goodness. I'm so tired of having things that are just not a shade match for me, which is why I really did prioritize getting these used up and out of my collection. Although Although I did like the product and I would buy it again probably in a better shade, I am happy to have this one used up and out of my collection. I also emptied out my Wet n Wild Photo Focus color corrector. This one's just in white. You can see I scraped this one. This is one of the products I use to help lighten up that foundation, and it did help, but it wasn't even close. I'd have to wear like a turtleneck or something to cover my skin so people couldn't see that color difference, but I made it work because I don't like wasting. And yeah, so I used this one up pretty much entirely just lightening up that foundation. Next up is my NYX glitter primer. I love this. Whenever I see it again, I will absolutely repurchase this. It's so hard to find. I think I've only ever seen it in like one store in my city. I don't know why they don't have this in more locations, but every time I look for it, it's never there. I have to go to like the big mall to get it. Not just any mall, like the biggest mall in the city to get this, and I haven't had to repurchase it in such a long time that I don't even know if it'll still be there. But next time I am at the mall, I'll be checking for this because my new glitter primer that I got from Unearthly Cosmetics, I just don't like as much as this one. I can use it for certain things, but this one is a lot more versatile, so I still want to pick this one up. And yeah, I'm gonna be very sad until I replace it because I'll be a little more limited on the makeup looks I can do with my other primer. That is everything I emptied out in the month of February. So we used up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, 10 things. That's not half bad. I'm pretty impressed with that. That said, I do think I brought more into my collection, but we'll get into that. I've been really enjoying tracking what I'm using up just to keep me accountable, and seeing that difference of what's been coming into my collection versus what's been going out is pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and get into what came into my collection next. All right, let's go ahead and start with my Unearthly Cosmetics order that I placed. They were having a big sale. Everything was super discounted. Although when it got to my country, Canada, there was extra fees. So it ended up basically doubling the price. And then on top of that, my box came in completely annihilated. There was a big hole in it. I posted it in another video. I had missing products, so I did get a refund for the missing and broken products. I'll show you the broken product because I was able to press it back into place mostly. But yeah, it was literally missing products and it was such a nightmare. And then the extra fees. I hate when I don't expect extra fees because a lot of brands don't do that. But there's a couple. I know Blend Bunny, I always have to pay extra fees on. Unearthly, I guess I have to pay extra fees on. I don't remember that from the last time I ordered from them. I feel like I remember it from Blend Bunny though. Extra fees just stress me out because I don't expect them. I budget for one thing and then suddenly I'm paying more. So that's super frustrating. It's not the brand's fault. I get it. It's just the way the world works, but it drives me crazy, especially when my order comes in broken and missing. But Unearthly handled it really well. The shipping company, because I bought the root insurance, they refunded me what was missing and broken. Like, it worked out, but it was still in the moment, kind of. But anyways, let's go over what I did order from Unearthly Cosmetics. I placed this order pretty early in January, and it didn't come in until like, I want to say a couple days before Valentine's Day, which let's start with the Thinking of You palette. So this is the one that came in broken. I was able to repress it, but you might be able to see which ones are repressed. So this one is very fragile. These two I also had to repress. No, these two I also had to repress, but those ones are pretty good, it seems like. I don't worry about those ones very much, but this one I can still see cracking in when I look at it. Like, I don't think this one is gonna last the entire time I have this palette. We'll see, but I'm anticipating this one breaking more and more just every time I use it. But we did get in the Unearthly Cosmetics Thinking of You palette, and it's very unique to my collection. I don't have a lot of neutral palettes, and to me this one would be considered pretty neutral, which is a really fun addition to my collection. I did also order their Satin Sorcery Primer, and I actually ordered two. I have one open and one as a backup just because they were on sale for I think like $3. That said, import fees or whatever they are kind of made it double on everything, but still that's pretty reasonable for primers. So I've been trying these out. I like it with some things and not with others, so I haven't fully made up my mind about these, but getting a primer on a discount, especially on days where I'm doing my makeup just to wash it off because I'm just bumming around the house, I don't really need a super expensive primer, so I've been enjoying having something that I don't feel like I'm wasting if my makeup doesn't stay on all day. I also got quite a few lip pencils, and I had 2 missing in my order. Like I said, I got refunded for it, so it's okay. But these are my unopened ones, and I got caffeine. Technically, I was supposed to have 2 of caffeine. I only got 1, which was very sad because I really wanted some neutral shades. I also got Vamp, Bad Blood, and Fiery. I'm not going to open those ones because those go in my backup drawer for when I empty some stuff out. These are the ones I've opened. So we got Char. I also got Vamp, which I got 2 of those, and then I got Carnage, which I've actually really been enjoying playing with as well. And then the last thing I got from that Unearthly order was my Spring Magic blush palette. I wish I could have got the eyeshadow palette, but I get like 1 eyeshadow palette a month through my Eyescream Beauty Box, and I try to mostly keep it to that. That said, this was an incredible deal. It was on for like maybe $5 or $8. So I did grab that one. But other than that, I'm trying really hard not to buy extra eyeshadow aside from my Eyescream Beauty Box. But these blushes are just so unique to my collection. Like, I don't have anything like these. They're a nice shimmer. They have been performing beautifully, and I've really been enjoying having these in my collection. And the artwork, I just am absolutely obsessed with. So I did get this. It was also on sale, I think, for like $15, and for 6 blushes, that's pretty good. A lot of times 1 or 2 blushes is that price point, so I did grab that. I did also pick up a couple things just at Shoppers Drug Mart. Starting with these Pixie under eye masks. I got 1 pack of under eye masks from Pixie in my advent calendar, and I really just enjoyed that self-care feeling. So once they were doing a 20% off friends and family event thingy, I went ahead and grabbed these because I just really did want to have these more, and 30 of them should last me quite a while. I'm assuming it'll last me about 3 months, maybe more, but I'm planning to do them maybe once to twice a week. So I feel like in theory that would last me at least 3 months, which for about $30 is not that bad. I did also grab a full size of the My Ingredients Vitamin Complex Capsule Cream. So I got this one in my advent calendar, and as you can see, it's almost empty, but I really enjoyed it. So I got the full size one, which was $25, and this one has lasted me since my advent calendar, so a couple months. What is that? January and February at least, plus some of December I started using it. So this one, let's say, lasts me about 3 months. That means that this one is gonna last me at least 6 months for $25 for a good face cream that I really enjoy. So I did pick up a refill of that just because this is running so low and I don't want to go without having a face cream. I did also repurchase the Duo eyelash glue. It was on sale and I just figured I would grab it. This is the clear one. It's the same one that I buy and I really enjoy this. And again, I don't want to run out of an eyelash glue, and that one that I currently have open is running pretty low, so I just grabbed it while it was on sale. With those 3 purchases, I did also get a couple sample items, so we'll talk about those, starting with La Rose Paris. It's a cream hydrant. It's just a moisturizing cream. Yeah, it's just a little moisturizing cream. I don't even know if it'll be enough to do my skin once, but I will definitely get it used up. I also got a Smashbox Pore Vanishing Photo Finish primer. Again, it's so tiny. I'll maybe get 1 use out of it. I think these samples are kind of mediocre. Shoppers Drug Mart was doing a thing where I saw on TikTok that you only had to spend $50 and you got like a whole bag of sample items, which is why I went and got all of these. I still needed them, so I still got them. But the lady at the till said you have to spend $150, and I couldn't do that. I was tapped out at what I did pick up. But she did toss me a couple samples anyways, which is these two. And then this one I'm actually really impressed with because it's pretty massive. This is a gentle purifying scrub. So I do already have a face wash open, so I'm not going to open this one right away, but it's a good size. Like, this will probably last at least a month, maybe longer, maybe even 2 months. Like, it's pretty big. So this one I was really happy with. This is from Joviance, and all 3 of these samples I did check in on the brands, and they are all cruelty free, which I love. But yeah, so we got a couple samples. I'm really impressed with the size of this one. I think she was just being really sweet and hooking me up with that one. The last thing we got this month is going to be the Floresta Inverno palette. And this one is from Ladybug Glow. And this was actually gifted to me. And originally it was just like a one-time, I'm gonna send you a gift. And she sent this to me. But since then, she actually messaged me saying she wants to add me to her PR list and that I can expect the next release being sent to me. And yeah, I'm so blown away that she added me to the PR list, and I can look forward to trying more of her amazing stuff. I'm just so unbelievably honored, and I'm just gonna throw in a little mention here that I do have a code with Ladybug Glow. It is just Guru, which I will include right here. If you do want to try and support them, please do. She is so unbelievably sweet. That said, if the color stories don't speak to you, if you're on a no buy, if you just don't want to purchase, don't purchase. You know, that's perfectly okay. But if you do decide to purchase and you want to use my code, it is affiliated, so I will get a small kickback. It's totally up to you if you want to shop with them, if you want to use my code. You do whatever feels right to you. Yeah, so as you can see here, we did not get an Eyescream Beauty Box in February. I did reach out to the brand because my stuff hadn't shipped as of like maybe a week ago, and I reached out. I was like, hey, like, just checking in. Usually my stuff ships by now. They replied right away and said, hey, I'm so sorry, we're behind this month, but it'll ship soon. So I'll be getting that box sometime in March, which I perfectly do understand. And you know, they did such a great job getting back to me right away, which I really do appreciate. But I also will say that in everyone else's defense, they said they were making their comeback and they'd be active on social media like a while ago. And as soon as that post happened, they never posted again. So I can understand why a lot of people are questioning the brand and pulling out of their subscription. I get it, I really do. As much as I love my Eyescream Beauty Box, and as long as I keep having a good experience as far as like my box does show up and I like the products that are in it and the brand does at least respond when I do reach out, that's enough. I personally don't care for the spoilers that are posted on Instagram because I love being surprised when I open my box. So for me, those spoilers, I don't feel like I'm missing a lot, but the lack of communication, I understand why a lot of people aren't super pleased with that. But that has literally nothing to do with what I brought into my collection this month, other than the fact that no Eyescream Beauty Box, but that'll be in next month's what came into my collection, which might make me look like I brought more into my collection than I meant to if the March box also shows up on time. We will see. So how many items did I bring in? I'm not going to count these two as, well, yeah, because I'll count them as items when I use them up because I like to have a high count when I use things up. So we're going to count them as individual items for bringing into my collection too, because otherwise that's not fair. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 18. I brought in 18 products to my collection, so it's not double, and I'm gonna give myself quite a bit of grace because, again, 2 are samples. 1 is a refill that's almost empty. It'll be in my empties very, very soon. This is also an empty, or this will also be an empty very, very soon, so it's a restock. My lip product collection, or my lip pencil collection, I should say, is very, very minimal and not good. It's pretty much all reds with a couple, like, mauve-y, still, like, pinky reds. So, like, I needed some neutrals and I needed some purples and just some variety in that. And I have been using them already. The ones that I've opened get a decent amount of use. And then my primer, I only have 1 and it's expensive, so I don't like using it. when I don't need to. So that's why I'm justifying these. And then these were a sample, so they don't really count. I mean, they do, because it's still stuff I'm going to consume, but you know what I mean? I'm giving myself grace. I also have 0 under eye patches, so now that's a new thing for me to play with. So the only things that I really technically can't justify is going to be the 2 eyeshadow palettes. Do I need more eyeshadow? Technically, no, but I do review it, and I do a lot of my content based on eyeshadow, so I do need it. I do. And then the blushes are also very unique color story. So everything here, in my opinion, is a good addition to my collection, and I'm very good at using what I own. Every single palette I have, I've worked very hard to make sure gets a turn being played with, and even just on my off time, I'm always trying to pick a palette that I feel like I haven't picked up in a while for like work days or things like that. If I look at something and I'm like, wow, I haven't played with this in a bit, I'll just grab it. There's only 2 palettes in my collection that I think I'm gonna declutter at some point, and I have a friend that lives quite far away that's probably gonna just get those palettes gifted to her because she's my best friend. We've known each other since we were teeny tiny. She doesn't care that it's my used old makeup, so I'll probably just gift it to her. Other than that though, everything I use I enjoy, I love, and I play with. So if I get to a point where I'm not playing with everything anymore, that's when I'll need to reevaluate either decluttering or things like that. But as of right now, I'm very good for using what I own, and I'm gonna keep at it. But also using things up is very important to me too, and I do think using about 10 products up a month is not half bad. I don't even think I'll use up 1 whole eyeshadow palette in a year, to be fair, but maybe I could try. Maybe I could pick one that I love but wouldn't be heartbroken about using up, and just kind of focus on using it a little bit more often. But if I do that, I'm not using my other products as often, so I don't know if I like that idea, because I like using everything I own. So I don't know what I want to do. As long as I keep playing with everything and I keep switching it up, I'm happy with how I'm doing things. So I don't know, guys. I know I brought in a lot, sort of. It's a lot of variety that I didn't have, so I'm gonna give myself grace. I know a lot of people are very into Project Pan, which I care very much about using my products up as well, but to a degree. You know, I still want to have options. I love changing my makeup style and doing different things and playing with different kinds of products. So for me, I don't want to be a minimalist when it comes to my makeup collection. I just want to make sure that I'm using what I own. And at the moment, I use all of my blushes. I use all of my highlighters. I use all of my eyeshadows. I use a good chunk of my lips products. I'm trying to work on that. But having lip pencils that work with some of my weird colors is gonna also help with that. So yeah, I don't know. I have gone on such a ramble. I'm so sorry. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know down below how many products you emptied out in your collection this month, whether that's hair products or skincare or makeup or like whatever. I include it all because I use it all, and to me it all kind of goes into that same category. But you let me know whatever you want to let me know. And then if you want to let me know how much you brought into your collection, whether it's absolutely nothing or whether you kind of almost did double like I did, feel free to let me know down below as well. And if you did enjoy this video, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. It does help my channel out a lot. And if you do want to see more content from me in the future, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, but only if you truly feel so inclined to do so. And with all that said, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Bye!